Okay, so today we're going to go through how to analyze and correct a breathing pattern here with Jen. Breathing pattern is very important because it's going to influence what's happening around the neck, shoulder, thoracic lumbar spine, and also the hips as well. So with a good breathing pattern, the diaphragm will face the pelvic floor. We have the zone of apposition here. And then the diaphragm will pull down, bring the lungs with it, and then it will relax and come back out. So that's what should happen under low threshold breathing. If that pattern's off and the person is very chest dominant, what will happen is the diaphragm won't be able to face the pelvic floor properly, so it doesn't contribute much to the breathing. And then instead of the diaphragm pulling down, the muscles around the rib cage and chest will be recruited as accessory muscles for breathing. So muscles like the scalenes, traps, lats, pecs, pec minor will all try to expand the rib cage like this. And then we take roughly 20,000 breaths a day. So if those muscles are being used as accessory muscles instead of the diaphragm, they're going to get tired and tight with time as well. The other thing with breathing is the diaphragm and pelvic floor are part of the core. So if they're not facing each other, either through an anterior pelvic tilt or through patterning, then we lose that reinforcement from the top and bottom of the core. So they're very important for stability around the midsection as well. Cool. All right, so when we analyze a breathing pattern, what we're looking for is there excessive upper trap usage and hitching of the shoulders? Is the ribcage flaring or is it staying neutral? A way to test that is you can put the fingers under the bottom ribs over here, and the diaphragm should come down and push those fingers away. So if Jen takes a chest dominant breath over here, what you'll see is the ribcage will start to flare. So go for a couple chest dominant breaths. Cool. Now, so if I put my fingers under Jen's ribcage, you'll see how my fingers follow her ribcage up. And nothing's coming and pushing them down. Whereas with a good breath, if you go a nice breath now, my finger gets pushed out from under Jen's ribcage. Good. So what we should be seeing there is fingers under the ribcage, diaphragm will come down and push them out there. So that's an easy way to assess that. A good breathing pattern is like a balloon filling up. We want to see 360 degrees of pressure. So we can also put a hand on Jen's side and see if it's getting pushed laterally. So with a good breath, the hand you should be able to get pushed laterally. If you don't feel it, there's not much lateral expansion. You can also put a hand under the lower back and you're feeling for, is there any posterior expansion as well? A poor breath, what you'll feel is the lower back either won't push down or it'll actually come off the hand. So they're the big points to look for. Is the diaphragm coming down? Are we getting 360 degrees of pressure? And is the neck staying relaxed? We're not seeing any hitching there.